At Georgia Pacific, we've had KCF sensors in our sites since 2018. We went from 100 sensors in 2018 to maybe 20,000 sensors in 2020. Now, 5 years later, we have about 62,000 sensors
across more than 100 sites globally. At that scale, it is important to have a partner that can work with us to deploy, optimize, continue to hone, and improve the systems and networks that we're creating, combined with different operations excellence initiatives that we have as a corporation. We have experienced a 50% reduction overall in unplanned events.
The KCF sensors and the remote monitoring, it's a tool, right? When we find issues and we get notifications through CSC or through KCF, it allows us to be proactive and plan safe work practices and get the job done efficiently versus being behind the 8 ball every time a critical failure happens.
Referred to as the CSC, we work with analysts, rotating equipment experts at the site on a collaborative basis. That's why this place is called the Collaboration Support Center. In my role, in my position, we deal with a lot of analysts. And those roles are people that have 25, 30 years experience. They've seen every failure mode, they know how equipment fails. When those guys and girls leave, it's just a harder to fill role.
With my previous employer, we took route data. I went along every day, took hundreds of readings per day to try to find maybe 3 or 4 bad actors out of hundreds of readings. But with KCF, it sends me to my bad actors. And the thing about route data is you read one piece of equipment, it's on a monthly route. So you go to a piece of equipment on that route, you won't return to it for 30 days.
I've been doing maintenance since 1994. Compared to what I had, say, 10 years ago, compared to what we do now. I don't really know how to put it into words because we catch everything now.
We win when we make the right decisions, and in order for us to make the right decisions, we need transparency, and data gives us that.
There's a number of things that this has helped. Safety's one of them, obviously. With the safety initiatives, you really didn't have a choice but to go with some of the wireless technologies that were coming out. You can't get around some of the gates now to stick a magnet on there and take some data.
The remote monitoring gives us that competitive advantage so we don't spend our time in a reactive maintenance program and allows us to focus on the people and the safety of the mill.
KCF basically democratizes data by putting the data in everybody's hands. Eliminating risk by digesting this data, we're able to make our operations safer overall, which is the #1 priority.
CSC is a place that exists to solve problems with technology and AI.
AI is really creating jobs right now. A lot of folks are nervous about AI taking jobs, but my job wouldn't exist without being able to process tons of data. To digest that data, you need to use some sort of analytics to point you in the right direction.
It doesn't necessarily replace the people on the ground, it just gives them better data to make better informed decisions. Anything in this mill, if it fails, the whole mill is down.
The value of having these sensors deployed, of having this massive amount of data flowing into Georgia Pacific, flowing into our databases, is that now, as we build our history of data, we're learning more and more about what's going on at our sites. In the past, it was each site on its own. You would have reliability engineers, you would have maintenance personnel that are using that data to help improve reliability. Well, now we have an opportunity to cross-reference what Site A is going through that's very similar to what Site B is going through. So having that database of vibration data, it helped us scale solutions across our different GP sites to solve systematic issues that turns out are happening in multiple sites rather than isolated to a specific site.
With KCF and GP, good partners are critical. I wouldn't trade the partnership for the world. It really shows Koch Industries and Georgia Pacific's willingness to kind of lead forward on transformation. Use the tools at hand to add value, and that really what we're talking about here is solving problems out on the floor using AI and technology.
At Georgia Pacific, we leverage our relationship between our CSC group and KCF to give us the right data, the right analysis to drive meaningful action.